Hey there, welcome to DIY Cat, and today I'm going to show you how to add a scrunch to some swimsuit bottoms. This was originally abandoned because the audio got all screwed up, but I decided to turn it into a voiceover because summer. For this project you'll need craft scissors, something to mark with, this cool stretchy elastic stuff. I harvest mine off of clothing, they put it on garments to protect them from hangers. You can get it at Joann's, I will link in the description box down below. You will also need a needle and thread, and your garment. To get started on this, you need to find the center of your garment. To do that, I recommend folding it in half. You want the scrunch in the center because where else would you put it? So once you fold it in half, take whatever you chose to mark with. I chose an eye makeup crayon, and simply mark down the center of the garment using your tool. Once you've got that, go ahead and unfold it and marvel at just how off-center that tag is, and move on. Pin your elastic to the top of the garment, pin it into the hem because that's where it's most secure, and then figure out where you want your elastic to be, where you want your scrunch to be by pulling the elastic taut and then pressing it into the garment. It'll give you an idea of what the finished product will look like. The tighter you pull the elastic, the tighter the scrunch will be. Once you've figured out where you want your scrunch to be and how tight you want it to be, go ahead and sew the elastic into the hem using your needle and thread. You just need a few stitches. You will put a more permanent stitch in this using a sewing machine. This is just to hold it in place so that we can use a sewing machine. Make sure your final stitch is on the inside of the garment for the same reason you sew things inside out. You don't want seams or loose threads on the outside of the garment. So when you put a few stitches and you feel satisfied, go ahead and trim the excess thread and move on to the other end of the elastic. Making sure that you know where you want your scrunch to start because you can measure as many times as you want. You only get one chance to cut. Grab the garment and the elastic at the same time using your thumb and forefinger, and then pin it into place. With it pinned into place, go ahead and use your needle and thread to put a few stitches there just to keep it in place, making sure not to stab yourself in the finger. It adds very little to the final product. Also making sure that the final stitch is on the inside of the garment for the same reasons as stated earlier. When you feel you have enough stitches and you're on the inside, go ahead and trim your excess thread so we can move on. And there's that. This will make it much, much easier to put under a sewing machine, and you'll see. So to get started on this, make sure your needle is up and slide the garment gently underneath the foot. You want to start at the top hem where it is the most secure and strong, and that's where you're going to do your first stitch. So turn the dial to slide the needle in place, put down your presser foot, give it a few forward stitches and then a few backward stitches, and now we will stretch out this elastic. So you can't see at the bottom because I didn't film it well, but you stretch it out at the top and hold it in place at the bottom where you stitched it. And then you push the pedal of your sewing machine and let the sewing machine pull the garment through. This is a lightweight material, you do not need to push it through. The sewing machine will pull it through with no problem whatsoever. Just keep that elastic taut and keep it straight. As you reach the bottom of the elastic where you stitched it in place earlier, go ahead and release the tension and then do a forward and backward stitch to ensure this is very secure. Lift up your presser foot, turn the dial to release the needle, pull the garment out and trim off the threads and the elastic wherever it is excessive. And that's it. This is a pretty simple project. I love scrunch bottom bikinis, and I've always wanted to do it myself because they can be a little expensive to. Bathing suits in general are expensive to buy in stores. This was a $9 bathing suit, but please make sure you practice on things you're not worried about ruining. I may or may not have ruined a few of mine, but I'll never tell. But that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you later. Bye!